Today, I want to talk about why we find ourselves being hard stuck so often inside of this game. I've played this game for 16,000 hours. I've learned a lot of lessons along the way, and today I'm going to share with you my explanation for why it feels like sometimes we just can't get out of this rut that we find ourselves in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and hop into the video. I'm going to give you my best take on all of this. So, guys, it comes down to us having a lack of creativity 90% of the time. A lot of times when we are in these slumps and these ruts, when we're facing these type of challenges, the first thing we want to do is instinctively we just go to our mechanics. What do we do when we start playing bad? More aim training, more DMing, more refrag, all this different stuff that sure, like this could make us better. But ultimately, I find that a lot of times I start getting frustrated because I lose close game after close game after close game. My teammates start throwing, I start having a really bad mental. And aim training and doing that kind of thing is not going to fix this bad mindset. It's not going to help you become a better player. Like I said at the beginning of this video, 90% of the time it is something else. Now, one way we can find this fresh creativity, this fresh inspiration on the game is by instead shifting our focus to learning new tricks and gimmicks. There is no shortage of things out there, whether you're watching pro CS, whether you're watching YouTube channels, tips and trick videos. There's so much inspiration out there. There's so much good content that you can consume to make yourself a better player. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do and some cool specific examples of how to break out of these slumps. But first, I have to give you a message about how to get the nicest looking CS2 skins to maybe also break that mental slump.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys. So jokes aside, skins are not going to make you get out of a mental slump, but sometimes sometimes it does help to have a nice looking CS2 skin to ease the pain of losing over and over again. What you have to do, guys, is start learning more nades. Learning more nades is your shortcut to becoming a better player even while you face these slumps. These slumps are going to be something that you deal with throughout your entire career. At least in my own career, my own experience, it's always been like that. You go through valleys, and then you go climb up to the peaks, another valley, another peak, right? Like you're always going to be fluctuating. It's never a straight linear path to the top, or if you're struggling, it's never a linear path to the bottom. You're going to have games where you struggle, you're going to have games where you pop off. So you might as well increase your Counter-Strike IQ and start learning new utility, learning new nades. That's the simplest way, no matter what skill level you find yourself at, to build value as a player. Now, the second thing that you guys need to do is maybe stop playing so standard. Stop playing like you always have been and kind of expand and grow your own playstyle. I don't need you to go from being an opper to a lurk, or being an entry to a lurk, another extreme right there. What you got to do instead is be like, okay, cool, I'm an opper, but let's look up some pro videos. Let's watch some pro games and get some fresh inspiration on picks that I can do. A lot of times when I'm struggling as an opper is because I'm starting to get up in elo and I'm facing off against lobbies where I just don't have impact from window. They're smoking me off here, right? They're smoking me off window, they're smoking top mid, they're throwing 30 flashes out here, they're volleying underpass, and they're doing all these things. So let's get inspirational, let's feel ourselves a little bit. And instead of just going window, I'm gonna go, and I kind of messed myself up with the smoke. I'm gonna make this ladder jump where I jump up here from window, come up here real quick, go swing off catwalk and get this easy pick around the top mid smoke, right? I'm gonna hold that box, boom, easy pick, and now I'm gonna float around and go somewhere else. A lot of times we are struggling is because we are doing things that might have worked maybe even a week ago they were working, but they're not working now. So have that ability to evolve, grow yourself. You're wondering why you're struggling, but you're playing the old meta, you're playing your old self. It's not good. You've always got to be able to grow and learn in this game, right? Maybe in your premier matches, sitting here and just jump spotting the whole game and then gun out and shooting was working because you were better than the players. But then you go over to face it and you're just getting destroyed here, and it's like, oh, okay, I need to throw a smoke down here, I need to flash above myself, right? I need to actually evolve and take this to the next level, right? I need to find new positions, because guys, if you're not evolving, your positions are not going to be very good. In face at level 6, your going B and just literally sitting maybe right here works. Maybe you just sit jail and this works. But as you get better at the game, as you grow, maybe your aim's not the problem. Maybe your positioning sucks, right? It's like, hey, why am I just getting destroyed in this position? Well, it was working for hundreds of hours before. Evolve and understand, like, you know, what is working at my elo? What's working at elos above me? If you're not downloading your demos and watching like yourself get destroyed by these things, you're failing, right? It could be something as simple as, dude, what position are they playing that just keeps owning me? A lot of players will, you know, default to like here, this off angle, right? And it's like, oh, I've gotten destroyed like 3 times by that position. I need to start stealing that. A window player, this is what you're going to do. I was getting destroyed because I was throwing the old window nade and it wasn't very good. So what I started doing is I downloaded the demo and noticed if I nade right here, jump up in the windowsill, this is a new meta nade that I can only peek cat with, right? Like if I think they're running up cat, I'm going to throw that nade because look, it only explodes on that side. Anyone that's sitting here isn't going to see me on that sawhorse. Anyone up here, these are just examples of like really cool stuff. One position I've played that has been so awesome in pugs is I'll jump down here in underpass when I have a rifle and I will line my feet up so I don't be seen. And I'm looking at this part of the ground because when they go through underpass in these pugs, they're not clearing that. They're clearing this left side. And as they come up here, you're actually completely hidden up there. It's such a crazy little angle. And they come up here and you're shooting them by the time they realize what's going on. They're already dead. So be creative, you know, flow around the map, do your thing. And also, guys, we've got to be able to demand things from our teammates. Even if you're a solo queue, just give those ideas out there. Say what you need. You're a lot of times just going into these fights, taking 1v4s, 1v3s. I'm the window player and I'm sitting here and I miss my shot. And instead of saying, hey, someone flash over mid, or hey, I'm going to rotate here and do this. Nope. I just come here and in reswing and I'm like, dude, why am I going through a slump? Why am I playing so badly? So it's brutal, right? It's brutal, but this is why you're getting hard countered. This is why it's hard for you to be consistent because these plays aren't working as you're growing. You're growing as a player, but your plays are still lagging behind, right? Like your aim's getting sharper, your understanding of the game's getting better, but if you're still using your old plays, you're constantly going to be on the back foot. So steal as much information as you can. Now, another reason why you're stagnating and it's just very difficult for you is you're not taking time to reflect and reset. I know it sounds so simple, but it actually does wonders. You got to have days where you don't just grind pugs or grind Premiere, grind whatever, right? Like you got to have days where you sit there and reflect, go do stuff outside, go get that inspiration from other parts of life, because I promise you, you will come back to the game and be like, dude, I just like thought of this crazy little trick or, you know, smoke play that I can make, or I just thought of this, like, and you'll just get so much fresh inspiration when you're not just sitting there playing over and over and over again. Being hardstuck is not actually something that you like will never get past, right? A lot of people are like, well, I peaked in this game and that's the best I'll ever be. That's a horrible mindset to have. You're always growing, you're always evolving. People, when I started playing the game, that would 13-0 me when I was a new player or even had thousands of hours in the game. Now I sit here and beat them because I took the time to learn, I took the time to evolve, and I didn't accept that I was always going to be this bad. I didn't accept that I was going to just sit there and be low ranked. So this is the mindset you've got to have going forward. You're never hard stuck. You're going to get past it. You're going to grow over all these challenges you are facing, but it starts with having that right mindset and being able to evolve and adapt to your environment, to your surroundings. What works in face level 6 is not going to work in level 10. So get better, guys. I wish you the best of luck. In the meantime, please join my Discord. I offer lots of great advice in there. Check out my second channel where I do coaching videos and I work with players and take them to the next level of their game. And as always, if you want personal coaching, fill that form down below. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Keep working hard. I will see you guys in my games. I'll see you in my pugs. I'll catch you later. Peace out. Peace out.